Thank you so much for joining us today in the Net at Work Creatio webinar series. Today's topic is lead management and Salesforce automation. So without further ado, let's pop into the system. So if you've seen the previous videos, we reviewed the user interface. We reviewed something we call account management or account 360 to kind of focus on contacts and accounts and all of the interactions that happen there. Today, we'll really focus on the funnel, lead management, and converting to opportunities, and then opportunities to winning business and your ability to produce quotes, associate products and price lists and things like that. So we'll try and keep it to less than 6 or 7 minutes. Keep your attention there for sure. I'm going to start on the left-hand side over here and select the leads button. Remember, on every different workspace, so we're in leads now, you have the ability in the upper right-hand corner to have a dashboard overlay, right? So if you really prefer as an organization dashboards with the ability to drill down, you've got that information here, right? So this may be different for your organization, but in this particular case, we have got leads by stage. See, this is an individual. You notice where it says my leads by status. So this is an individual's dashboard. So this is my particular leads that I'm seeing here and where they came from, etc. The reason that this is important is, how do I focus on the most important stuff, right? How do I stay focused on the leads that really need me to call them next? Now, there's several different ways you can get leads into the system. You can import lists of leads from events and conferences. We have web forms that we put on your website that automatically creates leads and support cases and things like that, and they get routed to the appropriate territory. I can create a new lead by just clicking the new button in the upper right-hand corner. And I'm just going to select one here that we've already created so you can kind of see what the process looks like. So this is a lead. I don't have any next steps on the right-hand side over here. This is where your phone calls, your follow-up emails, and everything would be. I've got a qualification process, as we call it, right? So have I qualified them? Do I know they're a legitimate potential customer for us? Do I want to call them, right? That's the qualification. If not, I would just go ahead and disqualify them. Right? In this particular case, I clicked engagement, and then notice over here, it automatically created a call, right? So Creatio is about making it easy for all of your individual reps, right? You don't have to go in and create a call manually. Like, if we understand when you want a call created, when you have a follow-up call created, the system will automatically create those for you, and they'll show up in the next steps and assigned to the particular owner of this lead. Real quick, showing you the lead information. The status here is new. Obviously, as I got into this, it would automatically update to in progress. I have the lead type. Where did it come from? It looks like an email marketing that somebody raised their hand and responded. I've got an event this is associated to, a specific marketing campaign this is associated to. If they came from a particular landing page, then that would also show up. So I can tie lead acquisition back to my marketing spend, which is really important. I've got the contact details. I can click an email here. It'll automatically launch the email, and you can just send it off. If I have integration to telephony, I can make a call here really quickly. If I've got associated or similar leads for the same or a similar client, I would see those here, right? So we want to learn from the other things that are going on in this solution. Okay, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go ahead and reach out to this person and try and schedule a call, and they were not available. I'm going to leave a voicemail in the system. It's really just that easy. And you'll notice, look, it automatically created a follow-up. So many of the reasons why CRMs don't work very well is user adoption. People don't use it. Why? Well, because I'm constantly having to enter stuff. It's creating more work for me to follow up. Well, we know you need a follow-up call, but we're going to create it for you automatically. Right? So this is already created, and they pushed it out 2 days. So it'll just show up on my calendar or in my task list in 2 days when I do that, right? I have the ability to go ahead and click convert here. So what does convert mean? In our world, it means we're converting this particular lead to an opportunity, right? We're converting it to a sales opportunity. Now I have two buckets. I have a bucket of leads. I'm not sure if they're interested in our products or services. I know that they're in our market. I know that they're vets or they're cabinet makers or wherever they fall. And I know I need to reach out to them. I got them at an event. whatever. So those stay focused on me doing outreach to those. And then my pipeline is stuff that's in motion that I really think has a high likelihood of them buying our products and services. So that's why we create the separation and we delineate the two in the system. Really quickly, we're still in leads processing. These are all of the tasks, the emails, and everything else that was involved in this process. Engagement tells me if any bulk emails, you see the campaigns. Look, they actually participated and clicked on some links during this campaign. I can track that back if that's important to me. As a rep, as a sales rep, wouldn't it be really cool if my sales leads were prioritized by how involved they were in interacting with our marketing campaigns? And I didn't have to go look for that information. It's super important. Sales, any opportunity planning, is there a potential value that we're associating to this particular customer? And do I have any of my particular products or services that I want to add at the lead stage? And again, you may, these would be from your ERP solution if we're integrating your ERP solution, or we would upload the products lists into the products table in the solution itself. I'm going to click save in the upper right hand corner here. And then we're going to actually, you can remove this stage of one or not, right? And because to me, one is an opportunity, not necessarily a lead. In this case, I think converted was enough for sure. Okay, for sure. So let's go over to opportunities here. See, I've got a list of opportunities. And we're going into the process thinking, all right, we converted that lead to a sales opportunity. So what did it do? It carried over all the products that we added. It created different follow-up phone calls for us. It put it in a certain stage of the process that we need it to be, because now this is our opportunity stage, right? We've qualified it already. Our next stage is that we present or we send samples or we go visit the client, whatever this is to your unique process. And then I can walk through the process as it's outlined, right? We send a proposal right away. We do a quote. You can see in the upper right-hand corner, I can create a quote quickly and easily, and it's going to associate the products that we have added, right here, to that quote template that you're making. So we've created a lead from a web form. The lead was routed to the appropriate person. It created an automatic phone call already. I call the customer. They say, yes, we're interested in your products or services. I've got 3 vet offices, or I've got 9 different cabinet makers in our consortium, whatever that looks like. And you're going to convert them to an opportunity. You saw that did that automatically. You saw that we can have one task or we can have multiple tasks associated to different people in the opportunity stage. So if we're sending them samples or we're visiting them or whatever that looks like, you noticed I didn't have to create a new task at all yet in the process. Okay. Now we want to be careful. We don't want to overwhelm people, but you get the idea. And it's just as simple as hitting complete, selecting what actually happened, and I left a voicemail, and I hit save, and it just moves on to the next activity that is created. I don't have to create another one unless I want to. Okay. You can see at the bottom here, I have the ability to send out approvals. So what is that? Well, I'm trying to give a larger discount than I'm allowed to in the system. So I can actually have my boss just click approve on this box in their task list, and it goes through the approval process. Okay, request was approved, and you saw that your request quote is ready. So this is an email that is already created for us to send with the quote with the appropriate products on that already. Okay, so let's go ahead and win this deal. So now remember, I'm at the stage of proposal. So if I go back to sales on the left-hand side and I go back to my home page, okay, what I've got now is I've got sales by stage, right? I've got a pipeline, right? So I know that this is all of our people, not just one individual, but I've got a 47 in the proposal stage. Well, why do I know that? Well, because I was just in an opportunity at the proposal stage. The system does it for me. So whether it's me as an individual just seeing my pipeline of work, leads, opportunities, and everything else, or leadership, middle management, or executive leadership, all of this stuff is happening in real time. Instead of me sending out Excel reports and me having to do pivot tables and everything everything else. You can see the closed one number right here. Well, when does the closed one number come into play? So let's go back to opportunities, and let's go back to let's go to. I guess we can choose any opportunity. Let me select this one here. Um, we've got $220,000 here, a 92% likelihood of this closing. I'm going to go ahead and close this opportunity. So now what I've done is I have said I'm not only forecasting this. This is a quote that we need to convert to an order in the back office, and whatever your process is there. Right? Whether we want to go really advanced and just have Creatio push back an order to your ERP, or whether we want to send an email to somebody in finance to create the order because we want to check and balance, or our finance people are going to be here with a task that says here's a list of orders for you to approve in your ERP system. There's many ways to skin a cat. But the reality is that we still have this central repository of information for you to work from. And remember, as a sales rep, I have all of my accounts. So I'm not only doing existing account management, but more importantly, existing accounts we all spend a lot of time on, right? I need to make sure the orders get processed. I need to make sure that I'm reaching out to them if they haven't bought our products or services at the same pace they did the previous year. I get that. I understand that. But to me, the single most important thing we do is serve our existing customers, but then we find net new customers for your sales reps to engage with. Okay. Our next video or training will be on marketing automation. And I would encourage sales reps to actually take a look. I would encourage you to take a look because we not only know where the leads came from, but we know which ones have a higher priority to close, right? It's going to give me the ability to focus better on the leads that are most important to me. And one last thing I'll finish with. If you do lots of events and trade shows, or you buy lists of customers that you want to engage, when the marketing team uploads that list, it automatically creates a lead, or it can. It automatically routes it to your territory owners if they're by state or whatever your territories look like, and it automatically creates that phone call. So instead of you just getting a spreadsheet of all of these vets that we got at this last trade show event, you're actually getting a lead that is actually at the stage of prospecting, that actually has a phone call for you to follow up, and you can qualify them in or out, start to make your calls, and you're going to surface and close more opportunity. Thank you so much for taking some time with us today. I hope you've enjoyed this part of the video series. We'll see you next time.